Excuse me, Christina, but just what do you think you're doing? I just saw you walking out of the office. Are you leaving already?
Oh, hello there, Miss Carlisle. I hope you had a productive day so far. Yes, I took care of all the work I was assigned for today, so seeing as it's 5 o'clock, I have nothing left to do. I was just about to clock out and head home. Why do you ask?
You think you have the right to just walk out of the office right away at 5?
Yes, I do. I don't have anything else on my plate for today, so yeah, I'm going home.
Hold it right there, Christina. You're not done yet. What about the data I told you to take care of earlier this morning? What happened with that?
Are you referring to the materials you asked me to produce to be used in the presentation for the Slock Spring Industries project?
Yes, obviously. I explicitly told you to have that on my desk by no later than 3 o'clock, but I don't see it anywhere.
I took care of all that before lunch. You should be able to find the data in the shared folder on the company's server.
What?
I spoke to you in person before I went on my lunch break, letting you know it was done, and you looked me in the eyes, nodded, and said, "Thank you." Also, just to make sure, I sent you a message through the company's chat system after I finished my lunch break, and once again you told me, "Thanks, got it."
You did? Oh, well, that's strange. I don't remember that at all.
From the sound of things, I presume you're still at the office, correct? If you could go to your chat window, I believe you'll find all the relative messages in my tab, as well as the file containing the data you asked me for.
Oh, there it is. I guess I must have overlooked it.
Oh, so you managed to find it? Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well then, if there's nothing else, I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening, Mrs. Carlisle.
Hey, we're not finished yet.
We're not? I was fairly certain I had addressed all of your concerns. Is there anything else?
Well, you may be finished, but I'm not. And I've been with this company for far longer than you have. What gives you the right to go home when I still have work left to do? You should be staying behind to help me finish my work.
I'm quite certain that using seniority as leverage to force junior employees to stay beyond their contracted hours is a clear violation of the employee harassment policy that our parent company sent out to all its child companies.
How dare you talk back to me?
Additionally, they also sent out a memo encouraging efficient work procedures to eliminate the need for employees to do overtime as part of our cost-cutting measures. So, in just this conversation alone, you have violated both the letter and spirit of both corporate policies. If I may be so bold, I would recommend that you cease behaving this way toward not only me, but all of the other employees in the office. Not only are you contributing to a negative work environment, but if these violations were made known to your quarterly review committee, it would have a serious negative effect on your evaluation. That's just my 2 cents, though. Do with it what you will.
What is wrong with you? Who do you think you are bringing up those stupid corporate policies to me? Just because you were transferred here from our parent company doesn't mean you're any better than me, and don't you forget that.
I'm sorry, did I give off the impression that I thought I was better than you?
Either that, or you're just a goody two-shoes and a suck-up to the corporate bosses.
I see. Well, I had no intentions of coming off that way, so if that's how I sounded, then I apologize.
And seriously, you're in no position to be giving me lectures about corporate memos or whatever.
I'm not?
No, you're not. Maybe if you were actually someone who mattered to this company, then I might pay a little bit more heed to your tirade right now. Look, I don't know how badly you had to mess up to be transferred here from our parent company, but the second you walked in that door, your experience there completely vanished. Poof, gone. It doesn't mean a thing here. You're no different than any other newbie, low-level employee we hire fresh out of college. I am your superior, and you will do what I say when I say.
For the record, I'm not at liberty to discuss all the details yet, but my transfer here from the corporate office wasn't a punitive transfer.
Oh, sure, of course. You're actually a super-duper important person on a big mission. Yeah, right, no one believes you. It's okay, it happens. They took a big chance on you and you completely failed to live up to their expectations, so they're chucking you somewhere that you can't do too much damage. Just admit it.
By the way, if you're done with questions for me, would you mind if I asked you something?
What now?
Didn't you say you were working overtime right now?
Huh? Yeah, I was, but I'm just about to leave. Why?
I'm fairly sure that the materials for the Slock Spring Industries project presentation were supposed to be submitted to the department manager first thing tomorrow morning.
What? Wait, I thought those weren't due until Friday. I should still have another day to get them finished.
Tomorrow is Friday, Miss Carlisle.
It is?
Are you aware of what day it is today?
Well, let's see. Yesterday was Tuesday, I think.
I'm sorry, but yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. Thus, the materials need to be ready by tomorrow morning, as I was saying.
Oh, no. Oh, this is terrible. What am I going to do?
Well, whatever it is you're going to do, I believe engaging in such a long text conversation about irrelevant matters is a less than efficient use of your time.
You little! Why didn't you tell me it was Thursday?
That's what calendars are for. There's nothing in my contract that states I have any responsibility to inform you of what day it is.
Christina, where are you right now?
Good afternoon, Miss Carlisle. I hope you had a pleasant morning. I was just in the middle of eating lunch in the employee cafeteria. Why do you ask?
You're doing what? And where? What makes you think you have the right to use the employee cafeteria?
The fact that I'm an employee of this company isn't enough. My contract clearly states that I have the ability to purchase lunch from the employee cafeteria if I so choose.
Oh, you cannot be serious. All the other employees here were hired by the company directly for their talent. You, on the other hand, were sent here from the parent company because of your lack of talent. We're not the same, and don't think for 1 second you're on our level. Plus, if you've got enough free time to eat lunch, then you should be working.
It's 12:45 right now, and my lunch break lasts until 1 o'clock.
Were you not paying attention just now? Lunch breaks are for employees who matter. You do not. I don't want to see you doing anything that doesn't involve making money for this company. You can eat after work.
Malnourishment on the job doesn't only result in decreased productivity as the day drags on, it can also lead to health episodes resulting in missed work, further reducing company efficiency.
Again with the back-talking!
In addition to common human knowledge that people are much less efficient when working on an empty stomach, there are multiple studies showing that elimination of lunch breaks in favor of working reduces productivity by more than is gained by the additional hour of work during the day.
What are you?
And most importantly, my contract says I have a 1-hour lunch break from 12 to 1. I won't allow you, or anyone else for that matter, to take my lunch break from me. Now, I'm in the middle of a delicious meal, so if you'll excuse me, I'd like to get back to eating. The chicken soup they're serving today is quite good. I would recommend you giving it a try on your lunch break.
I have had it up to here with your insubordination. I'm coming right over there to teach you a lesson in this company's hierarchy. I hope you're ready for what happens next. Well, Christina, how does it feel? Have you managed to wash all that egg out of your hair yet?
Hello, Miss Carlisle. I hope your afternoon is going better than mine is. Since I have you, can I ask you to explain your actions just now?
Oh my God, you still don't get it?
I can't think of anything I've done to you to merit having a raw egg thrown at me.
I guess you really don't get it then. I bet you still don't understand that you're here because you're a useless flunky either. Is this what got you transferred? Your complete failure to respect your superiors?
I still don't understand what is so inappropriate about taking a break during my break time. I am a company employee, so I have every right to use the employee cafeteria.
I just told you. You barely even count as an employee of this company. You were sent here because you failed. You don't get to eat in the employee cafeteria, and you don't get breaks. Get back to work.
I told you before, my transfer here wasn't punitive.
And I told you before, no one believes that story. Now stop wasting the company's time and money and get back to work.
I was in the middle of my lunch break. It was my time.
You want to eat? Fine. You can wring the raw egg out of your hair into a bowl and drink that.
I took the afternoon off, so I'm going home.
What?
I'm going to have to take a shower to clean up all this egg from my hair, and I'll need to put my clothes in the laundry before they smell like rotten eggs. I obviously can't work like this, so the manager told me I was free to leave.
What about the presentation materials for the Edisburgh project that I told you to make today?
From what I understand, making those materials was originally your responsibility. I don't see why you can't simply do your own work for yourself.
But if I can't get you to do them for me, there's no way I'll be able to finish them in time. Christina, you've got some explaining to do. What's the meaning of this? Why am I being suspended without pay?
Do you really need me to explain exactly what you did to deserve that relatively light punishment?
Yes, now explain what's going on right now.
Wow, Mrs. Carlisle, I am genuinely surprised at your lack of self-awareness.
Just what do you mean by that?
You threw a raw egg at me in the cafeteria last week.
Yeah, and what's the big deal with that? I don't deserve suspension for that.
The employee cafeteria was quite busy at that time, which means there were a lot of witnesses. You had quite a few people register complaints with HR about you that day.
What? Those pathetic losers went and tattled on me? Why? All I did was teach a snobby, stuck-up flunky like you your place. You obviously don't know how things work around here.
Even if it weren't for what you did to me last week, you would still have been in quite a lot of trouble as things stood. After seeing your positively shameful behavior in the employee cafeteria, dozens of your coworkers have come forward with complaints about a serious pattern of harassment and abuse by you.
Oh, they're just being dramatic babies.
Is that so? Well then, let me read you a summary of their contents. It seems that for quite some time, you've been using your position of seniority to abuse, harass, coerce, and threaten junior colleagues. In particular, you apparently have a penchant for pushing off work that you should be doing onto them, typically involving threats to their career prospects or direct physical violence.
I'm still waiting for what the problem is. That's just the benefit that comes with seniority. I have every right to use my position to get those children to work for me, and that goes for you, too.
It does? You're going to have to explain that to me.
Obviously, you failed so hard at our parent company that they threw you out like last week's trash. You're lower than even the new hires we took on last week. You're nothing. You don't deserve to be paid for your work here. You should be paying the company for putting up with you.
Listen, Miss Carlisle, I have tried to tell you this multiple times before today, but you just haven't been listening, apparently. For the last time, my transfer here was not punitive.
Here you go again with that same old story.
If you would simply listen to what I'm telling you, I wouldn't have to say it over and over again like this.
You sure think you're hot stuff, huh, Christina? I mean, what is it with this attitude of yours? You act like you're some sort of corporate policy enforcement officer or something, as if you're actually valuable enough to do that kind of work.
I am the corporate policy enforcement officer.
Huh? You are?
Well, in a way, yes. Officially, your parent company is sending me out to all their child companies to promote employee education systems, but I actually have one more responsibility in addition to that. And that responsibility is to serve as a corporate compliance auditor.
A what?
I'm not the only one either. There are a number of our child companies which have, as of yet, been unable to meet our cost-cutting goals, and auditors like me have been sent to all of them. And the result of my audit of this company is not good, to say the least. In particular, many of the issues I've discovered center around you, Mrs. Carlisle. You've been with the company for over 20 years now, and you've been taking advantage of that long history in a number of illicit ways. Specifically, you've been pushing off your own work onto more junior employees while you do, well, not much of anything. Even in the company's busiest season, you do multiple hours of overtime every night, but without any noteworthy accomplishments to show for it. Meanwhile, the people you push your work onto actually end up having to rack up hours of overtime that could have been avoided if you had simply done your own work. Do you have any idea how much money you specifically have cost the company by producing all this pointless overtime?
You're a total slimeball, Christina. How could you go around spying on me like this, lying about who you really are and what you're really doing? That's just not fair.
Well, if I were to come out my first day and say, "Hello everyone, I'm a corporate compliance auditor and I'm here to inspect your company," I don't think that would be very helpful to my mission. I suppose you could consider me as something of an undercover agent. Undercover operations are often the only way to uncover wrongdoing, so I don't feel as though I've done anything unfair.
But, I mean,
if you'll excuse me, I still have an enormous amount of work to get back to.
Hey!
If you have any further questions about your punishment, you may direct them to your immediate superior at your company.
Hold on just one moment, Christina. If you're really with corporate, then you can do something about this, right? You can use your position to stop me from getting suspended, can't you?
I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, please, Christina, you've got to help me. I'll do anything.
My assignment was to serve as an auditor, and my mission in your company has completed. It's actually not in my authority to do anything about your punishment at all.
Then what am I supposed to do now?
I suppose there's only one thing you can do. Wait patiently for the disciplinary committee to reach their decision on your final punishment. It shouldn't take very long considering the amount of evidence I provided them with.
I can't believe this.
Enjoy the rest of your day. After that, while Mrs. Carlisle was able to avoid being fired, she was still sued by 2 of the junior employees she'd been harassing. And when she couldn't bear the shame of working with the people she was making monthly lawsuit settlement payments to, she quit voluntarily. It seems she's having a difficult time finding a new job. I hope for her sake that she finds something soon, however, because those settlement payments must be having an impact on her finances. As a result of my audit, the leadership structure at that company was given a massive shake-up. We've also brought in skilled technicians for new employee training. And with that, my time as an auditor has come to an end. I still have 3 months left on my assignment here, and when that's finished, I'll be in the running for a promotion. I hope to use my experience here in order to make all of our group companies more efficient and provide our employees with positive working environments.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.